game time. Welcome to another episode. I'm here at Cleveland High School with the state champs, the Cleveland Storm, and head coach Heath Reidenauer.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for joining us. The first obvious question, you're a couple days removed from the state title, but what's it feel like to end the season with the Blue Trophy?
It's every team's dream to end the season with a win, and that's what we did, and I'm just happy for these guys behind me that they were able to experience. It's a surreal feeling that we're still trying to kind of grasp right now, but it's going to be a good week.
You have now made back-to-back appearances in the state final, ended this year with the state championship. How much did that experience last year roll into this one, and did you expect another season like that this year?
I think it did help us. The experience did. Our kids weren't afraid of the moment. You look at all of our playoff games, and we were against the wall sometimes. We had some dire straits, and our kids just battled. They did. The situation was never too big for them. And I was proud of the way they battled down at Leon Williams. I was proud of the way they battled till the very last minute of the state championship game. So, yeah, I think we learned something from the state championship last year.
Was there a moment this season that really kind of flipped the switch or things just started clicking for you?
We knew it was always there. Excuse me. We knew it was always there. And we just had to put it together, and we just had to get better each and every single week and fight through adversity and the injuries that all teams deal with. But I think when we went down to Leon Williams Stadium and we won a big football game like that, it came down to the wire, and we tell them the next play is the greatest play in Cleveland Storm history. And sure enough, on 2nd and 24, Jeff Davison threw a 70-yard touchdown to Trey Ortega, and that's the next best play in Cleveland Storm history. And here we go into the state championship, and I think it gave us a lot of confidence moving forward.
You got some great moments in Cleveland Storm history on Saturday. What was the difference maker, do you think, against Rio Rancho?
We went into that game saying it's not enough. It's not enough to be in the state championship, and our expectations around here are pretty high. They're pretty tough, and sometimes they're daunting, but we realized last year after being awarded the red trophy, it's just not enough. It's just not what we want. There's no shame in playing the state championship game, but we wanted that blue trophy, and just playing in it wasn't enough, and I think you could see by the way our guys played on Saturday, they wanted that blue one.
And you got the blue trophy. We talked a little bit about it. Now let's take a look at the highlights and how they won this one.
Crosstown rivals Cleveland and Rio Rancho met up with the Class 6A Blue Trophy on the line. After an early Cleveland turnover, the Rams got into the end zone first on the 14-yard carry by quarterback Isaiah Chavez. 7-0 Rio Rancho. Cleveland would respond by marching downfield and capping off the drive with a Dorian Lewis 4-yard touchdown. 7-all at that point. And that's the way it went most of the afternoon. Cleveland got their second touchdown of the day through the air. Jeff Davison connected with Trey Watson. That made it 14-7 Storm in the first. They went up 21-7 when Lewis went in for his second score of the day. But the Rams wouldn't go away. Chavez with his second score. He couldn't find a target, so just tuck it and go. 17 yards out, 21-13 Storm at that point. Rio Rancho's Elijah Smith got the Rams within one on a short touchdown in the second quarter, 21-20 at that point, but the Storm came up big just before halftime. Davison dumped it off to Lewis, who went the rest of the way for his third touchdown of the day. That made it 27-20 Cleveland at the break. Second half was more the same, score after score. Chavez on the keeper, going for the corner, and the two teams were tied at 27. Dorian Lewis would break the deadlock with his fourth score of the day, this one from a couple yards out, 34-27 Storm. And just like two boxers exchanging blows, the Rams would get another. Eric Vigil from 6 yards out to tie the game at 34 in the third quarter. To the fourth, still tied at 34, Davison scrambling, looking for someone. He finds Luke Wysong, a 48-yard scoring play for the Storm, 41-34 Cleveland with lots of time left. Plenty of time for Rio Rancho to get into the end zone at the other end of the field. Chavez with his fourth score of the day, 41-40 Storm with 7 minutes to go. Lewis was just a workhorse for Cleveland. He rushed for over 200 yards and 5 scores. Touchdown number 5 gave Cleveland a little cushion, 48-40, then the biggest play of the game. Rio Rancho was driving for the potential game-tying score with just over a minute to play, and the Storm defense stopped the Rams on 4th and goal. The Cleveland Storm win their third state title, 48-40 the final count.
It's game time, and we're here at Cleveland High School with the state champs, and I want to break down the game a little bit now that we saw some highlights. Let's cut right to the chase. That last defensive stand, what was going through your mind? Talk me through it.
Preach to our kids all the time, you got to believe, you got to believe, you got to believe. Even when you don't know that it's going to happen, you just got to believe in one another. And their offense was all over us all night. They were scoring points. Heck, they put 40 points on the board. That's a lot. But there was just something about the way our team was playing when they got down to the goal line. You could just see a look on their face, the physicality they were playing with, that it was going to happen. You know, first down, we were able to stuff them, and Tiger made a good tackle. Second down, Nick Gutierrez makes one of the best hits that I've seen all season long to stuff them. Third down, they put it in their quarterback's hands, and Colton Madison flips them upside down. And at that point, we just got so much momentum and so much excitement. We were just going to let the ball go, let it see what happens, you know. And fourth down, we didn't call a timeout. We just let that clock go, and I thought it was going to happen. And sure enough, Trace Villapando and David Murphy squeezed through there, make a tackle for loss, one of the few tackles for loss we had on the day, and sealed us the state championship.
You guys went score for score. It was almost like two boxers going at it, exchanging touchdown for touchdown, and you pounded it on the ground at them right from the get-go. Was that the game plan heading into the game?
It was. You know, we were going to bring our tempo into the game, and we were going to go as fast as we could, knowing that they play a lot of guys on both sides. And we were going to rely on our ability to execute our offensive plan very fast and very effective. And we were going to give Dorian as many touches as we could give him and just give our playmakers touches. And all of our guys were doing the ball. I thought our quarterback did a fantastic job of just running our offense and put it in playmakers' hands. And we got behind that offensive line and did what we do. We won a state championship behind our offensive line with our running back.
With that running back, Dorian Lewis, 5 touchdowns in the game, over 200 yards in the final, 9 touchdowns over the last 2 games of the season. What has he meant for your program in a short period of time?
It's hard to put that into words, man. Dorian is an unbelievable person. He's a good football player, too. But I think the way he is as a person is what makes this team rally behind him. He's been on a restriction carry, one that I've imposed on him all season long, and he wasn't happy with it. You know, he was never disrespectful about it, but it was about getting him to this game, getting our team to this game, and giving him a chance to shine in the moments that he wasn't able to shine in last year because he was injured. But we cut him loose in the semifinals. We cut him loose in the state championship, and he rushed for almost 500 yards in those 2 games and 9 touchdowns, and we're state champions.
You won the 3rd state championship for this program. Where does it put Cleveland in the kind of the hierarchy of New Mexico football teams?
It's hard to say in the last 10 years. I mean, James Yoda's put an article out there that says exactly what we've done, and we lead in every category, you know, when it comes to winning, and we put winning as a team as the most important statistical category. We don't worry about who scores or who makes the tackles, just as long as the team wins. And that's been our focus since Coach Potter was here. And I think keeping that team focus and that team concept at the forefront of our thought process is what is the key component to our success.
Last year when you played in the state championship game, even before the game, I had someone come up to me and say, Cleveland's good this year, but wait until next year. Well, that year is now, and I'm hearing that people are saying wait until next year for Cleveland because you have a big core coming back, even from this group. Is that right?
We do. We had this senior group was small, one of the smallest we've had. We had 4 starters on offense that were seniors. We had 3 starters on defense that were seniors, and everybody else is a junior or sophomore. So we return a good core. We lose a great quality senior class. It might not be big in number, but it was a good quality. But we have we have a lot of guys coming back that understand the program and the culture and what it means to win. And we'll look forward to defending our title.
Usually at this point in the conversation, I like to ask what's next for the program, but I'll ask what's next for you. Any interest in a vacancy over at the University of New Mexico?
I'm excited about the Cleveland Storm right now and everything we're doing, and we're going to enjoy the month of December, and we're going to get sized for some rings here pretty quick.
He speaks just like a state champ coach, right? All right, well, congratulations on winning another state championship. Congratulations, guys, and we'll be back with more Game Time after this.
I thought I was pretty tough until I became a father.
Oh, I hate those things.
What do you mean you hate
Real toughness is knowing when you need help.
We've all been there. Fried nerves, no sleep. None of us do it alone. If you need help, you've got to ask for it.
We need to fight for our kids' futures. It's up to all of us to make New Mexico the best place to be a kid.
Connect with resources and support at pulltogether.org.
Are you living the life of an athlete? The New Mexico Activities Association brings you Life of an Athlete, a resource for students, educators, and parents to understand the challenges students face. Athletes, did you know one night of drinking will negatively affect your athletic performance for 2 weeks? Or that athletes who drink and do drugs are twice as likely to get injured? Alcohol's effects can reduce a high school athlete's potential by as much as 20 to 30%. Are you living the life of an athlete? Log on to lifeofanathlete.com to find out today.
New Mexico Gas Company rebate programs can help you save money and use energy more efficiently. Your furnace is essential for those colder seasons. Natural gas is the best way to heat your home. A natural gas furnace offers exceptionally even heat. It also costs less than most other heating systems. Have a high-efficiency heater or boiler installed by a participating contractor and earn up to a $375 rebate. For more information on New Mexico Gas Company rebate programs, visit nmgco.com.
Welcome back to Game Time. We're here at Cleveland High School. The Storm won the 6A state football championship over the weekend, but the 3A, 4A, and 5A blue trophies were handed out as well. Let's take a look at the highlights.
Let's start in Socorro, where Hope Christian and Socorro battled it out for the Class 3A state championship. The Huskies got on the board first in the first. On their opening drive, Blaine Miller went 60 yards to make it 6-0 Hope. Socorro would respond when Payson Hicks connected with Nathaniel Fresquez for a 44-yard scoring play. 7-6 home team at that point. Huskies would get one more in the quarter and regain the lead when Miller gets it in from a yard out. 12-7 Hope after one. The Warriors would put up 2 touchdowns in the second quarter, both at the hands of Michael McDaniel. First, McDaniel went 43 yards for a touchdown, and one by land and one by air. The next one was a touchdown pass from Hicks to McDaniel. Socorro on top 21-12 at halftime. Socorro added a field goal to make it 24-12, but here come the Huskies. Miller would score again. Then Colin Evans would get in from a couple yards out to take the lead for good. In the fourth, Jared Knowles would seal the deal with a final score of the day. The Huskies outscored Socorro 22-3 in the final 2 quarters to win it 34-24 and take their first ever state title in football. The Bloomfield Bobcats played in the state final for the second year in a row. This time they hosted the 4A title game against Portales, and the Rams jumped on the board early. This touchdown by Romeo Basagi gave the Rams a 10-0 lead, and they never looked back. Jordan Garcia scored the final touchdown of the afternoon as Portales blanked Bloomfield 23-0. It's the first time in 2 years the Bobcats were shut out. It's the second blue trophy in the last 4 seasons for Portales. The Class 5A state title game was a rematch of last year's title tilt, Roswell and Los Lunas. The Coyotes jumped out to a 10-0 lead, but the Tigers found the end zone twice in the second quarter. Cade Benavidez and Joel Hernandez connected on a 10-yard touchdown pass to make it 10-6. And then Los Lunas would take the lead when Derek Chavez would take it in from 13 yards out. 12-10 Los Lunas at halftime. On their first drive of the third quarter, Roswell marched downfield and got into the end zone on the flea flicker to Josiah Reese to give Roswell the 17-12 advantage, and they wouldn't trail again. In the fourth quarter, the Coyotes would get one more score on a touchdown toss from Dominic Nava to Angel Caballero to make it 25-12. A late rally by Los Lunas came up short as the Coyotes held on to win back-to-back state titles and cap off an undefeated season by a final score of 25-19.
Oh man, it feels great, JP. I mean, the way these kids battled, and you start this on July 1st, and they ended up on November 30th, and just the way these kids battled and stayed together, and really the thing that I'm most proud of is these are a bunch of brothers, and they've got a bunch of friends for life, and they're great kids.
Oh, we knew we were going to come out here, and the weather is going to be cold, and the long drive here. We knew we were going to have a hard fight and a dog fight, and we came out on top.
It's a wonderful feeling, I don't know any feeling that could top this, It's great coming out here with my brothers and just going to war with them, you know what I'm saying? All these guys deserve it, and we finished it.
Congratulations to all the winners. That's going to close the book on the fall sports season, but now we turn the page to the winter sports. And yes, we keep Game Time rolling all during the school year. That's going to do it for this episode of Game Time. Make sure you tell everyone about the most comprehensive high school sports show out there. Until next time, here's your meme of the week.